Greetings from James Wright Cars, and today's video is this 2012 on a 62 Land Rover Range Rover Sport. This is the HSE model. It's also the red edition. That is in this Forensic red metallic. It's done 71,000 miles from you. It's accompanied by a full service history, and it's just had all its ACE pipes, which is to do with its active cornering enhancement pipes, replaced at Land Rover. This car is, of course, the facelift model with the twin rear exhaust pipes in like a square shape, a much more angular bumper, the more angular shape, more modern looking rear spoiler there, privacy glass, and you can see it's the SDV6 model as well, not the TDV6. Looking in here, the roller blind hasn't gone walkies, which is good, and looking under there you can see it has one of those detachable tow bars. They're quite expensive and very, very useful. Locking wheel nut key, that all important unit is there, and looking forward to the car, it has that pimento coloured leather, which is lovely. Now the paintwork down each side of the car is absolutely stupendous. It's just about completely perfect. And it also has these buttons you can press on the doors which remotely control the locking. I shall show you how that works. Simply press the button with as long as the key is in the vicinity of the vehicle, and the mirrors will fold in. And by the way, while we're on the subject of mirrors, it's got the black door mirrors too. Simply putting your hand inside the handle there will make the doors open up. Mud flaps all round, alloy wheels aren't all destroyed, they're in good condition, and there's some very good tyres on the vehicle as well. Opening up inside, you can see we have this, as I previously said, this pimento leather interior. On the door cards you can see it has this high reflective gloss finish here in the black and the chromed pieces in there. It has Isofix seats, and looking into the floor sections, they're in lovely condition. They're not had a hard life at all, and there's also buttons there for heated rear seats. On the driver's door card you can see we have buttons you can press simultaneously to fold the door mirrors in, memory electric driver's seat, and also you can see it's a Harman Kardon sound system. The floor sections here are in very good condition, and these aren't all destroyed, and this isn't being wrecked either. Edge of the driver's seat, a little tiny bit of wear. Of course the car has done 71,000 miles, and there are electric seats of course, because they are memory seats. Jumping in there you can see we have auto lights, front and rear fog lights, and looking into the clocks there you can see there's that 71,000 miles from new. On startup, the vehicle will spring into life in exactly the way that you'd hope it would do. And if we shut the driver's door, all the warning lights that should go out do. Voice command, which is very useful to give it instructions to answer the phone or to make calls. This is of course the answering system for the telephone. Cruise control, various modes you can go into here, selecting between the radio stations or the CD function or what have you. And it also has paddle shifts there for the gearbox. Running up through into the windscreen, it has one of those photochromatic automatic dimming rear view mirror, and the windscreen in itself is also a heated unit. Putting into reverse, you see the car reverse camera will come on, and going to the navigation system there again. And if we go through into audio, and you have DAB radio, we'll go to ordinary radio because that'll be tuned in. Is it doesn't actually own, and we've got Jeremy Vine there on radio 2. And going into TV, this car does have a TV as well, so that's just going to go onto the television unit there, and it's equipped with that too. And of course we can go into phone, wherever that phone is, there it is, phone system as well. Looking beyond that, we have heated seats in the front as well as in the back of course, and dual zone climate. This is the 8-speed rotary gearboxed model as opposed to the 6-speed ones that's found on the TDV6 electric handbrake, and this is the later version how we have all the various off-road functions. And when one selects the various functions, it changes here within the screen of the clocks. Moving on, you've got the adjustable height of the suspension. That is low range and electronic hill descent and stability program. Now here's a nice touch, it also has a fridge. Beyond that, in this armrest, it's got a USB and iPod connectivity. The word sport has been embossed into the front headrest there, and looking at the condition of the seats throughout, they are absolutely in super duper condition. They're not all destroyed and worn out, and the condition of the door cards and the whole car in general feels extraordinarily tight and fresh. It's also quite a performer. We'll have a quick look at some of the paperwork. We have two keys here, both in very good condition and both work properly. We have the handbook pack, and beyond that we have another one of these second books, which often denotes the car's been an approved used Land Rover, because they give them away sometimes at various dealerships. Service history, well let's look at this first because it's the first one that comes to hand. It has been serviced very, very regularly, and I shall give you the mileages. It was done at 13,000, 26,000, 37, 45, 58, 67, and that was the last one, and that was done in 18th of July 2018 at 71,000 miles. Now the car, before we bought it, this car came to us directly from Land Rover. The previous owners sent the car into Land Rover to have the various bits of ACE pipes replaced. A nice big bill of £1,600 they had to pay for that as well, and we have that invoice here to prove that work has been done. Now beyond that, we can tell you the car's had 2 former keepers, and it was registered on the 10th of September 2012 as a Range Rover Sport HSE Red Edition SVD6 automatic. It's 230 grams per kilometre, so it's about £550 odd a year to tax at the moment. Now beyond that, we have the an HPI report showing the car to be all HPI checked and clear. The only extras it has over and above the standard vehicle is the tow hook, and it also has the privacy glass, pimento, red and lunar stitch. Beyond that, we have a full MOT history on the car, and I'm pleased to tell you it has never ever failed an MOT. Well, it's not that old, of course, is it? It's not had that many MOTs, but it's not even had an advisory, which is a good sign. MOT is currently will expire on September 2019. Again, of course, that one was done without any advisories, and this is just front brake pads being renewed in July 2018, just an invoice for that. Let's go and see how it drives on the road. Underway, the car's not short of power at all. It really does get along very well. It's very quiet, very refined, and it is magnificent to drive. I've had a number of these in going back in time, and they've not all driven exactly the same, but the very last of them, which one this one is absolutely super. It really does pull away. I'll just pull away from this junction here, and you'll see that foot down, and it's away. It really is quick. And there it is, that's that 3-litre SD V6 diesel unit mated to the 8-speed automatic gearbox. One of the things this car does have is a diesel-fired heater, which heats the cabin on a remote basis, so you can set a timer for it, so when you're coming out to it in the morning, the car's all toasty warm inside. Now, you can get me on this telephone number running across the bottom of the screen here. We're also on Facebook at James Wright Cars. We're also on Instagram at James Wright Cars. We can take a part exchange. We can also arrange finance should you need it. So don't hesitate to ask, come down, see it and drive it. I think you have to agree this is a very, very lovely car in a lovely colour. And of course it is the red edition in that Firenze red. Thank you very much for watching.